This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. So yesterday we reported that the MV Dali had left Baltimore and was heading to Norfolk for repairs. Now we have an update and we just wanted to correct a couple of things from that video. Now, the ship is now, by the way, it's arrived in Norfolk, Virginia, according to her AIS, arriving at 04:45 hours UTC, around 10:45 p.m. local time. Now, we said in the video that 8 of the crew had been repatriated, and we also said that the rest of the crew had sailed with the ship to Norfolk. However, not all of the remaining crew sailed on the Dali, but 4 of the original crew stayed on board to help the relief crew take the ship to Norfolk. Now, the ship arrived at the Virginia International Gateway to have approximately 1,500 cargo containers offloaded to reduce the draft, the Coast Guard said, and the vessel is then scheduled to travel further to Norfolk International Terminal, where it's scheduled to undergo continued salvage and repairs from the damage caused during the bridge collapse. Afterwards, the crew will return to Baltimore and stay in accommodation. I believe it's been arranged for them, although I can't confirm that. None of the crew members have been charged in connection with the bridge collapse, but investigations are ongoing to determine who might be responsible. There are 11 crew members who must stay in the US, including the ship's officers, according to the Reverend Joshua Messick, who runs Baltimore International Seafarers Center and is chaplain for the Port of Baltimore. He said the crew are cooperating with authorities, but it's unclear when they will get to leave. Now, the other correction from last night's video is we said that there were 8 fatalities from that bridge crew working on at the time of the collapse, but it was, of course, 6 members of the team who died, not 8. We've got an update on the arrested yacht in Greece from yesterday's news video. According to Bild, the German news website, the 13 arrested crew members have now been brought before the public prosecutor, and at the hearing the crew members denied the accusations. So it gives us an idea of what to expect moving forward, doesn't it? Because I assume that if they had done it they would just admit to it, so it seems like that they're saying that they did not do it. The Bild article also reported that the 17 guests were still on board when the authorities searched that yacht. The article also says that it's still unclear who exactly was responsible for setting off the rockets, and according to media reports, no charges have been brought against those passengers. But I still fail to see how there were 17 guests on board the yacht, as it has a capacity for 12 guests. So there would not have been enough beds for 17. Now, it's possible that there were 17 people on board in total, including the crew, and the numbers are being confused. That's one thing. The other possibility is that they picked up some people on that same day to take, so they could watch the fireworks display with them. You know, so there was like a few people staying on board, and then they picked up some other people, which you can do. You just can't sleep with more than 12 guests on board. Obviously, it's very early days right now, so there's a lot of information going around, and we have to try and figure it out and put it, straighten it out as it comes through. So we'll keep you updated when we know more. Now, staying with the last night's video on the arrest of the yacht crew, we mentioned this paragraph from a news report. Now, summer wildfires are common in Greece, more so in recent years, and scientists have linked the increase in frequency and intensity of extreme weather, including heat waves, to climate change. As a result of the increase in fires, Greek authorities toughened arson laws earlier this year. Now, we mentioned that in the video last night. A lot of people in the comments talking about climate change being a hoax, or climate change is not man-made, etc., etc. Well, we never said that climate change was man-made, but it's a fact that the planet is heating up, regardless of how that is happening, and that is referred to by everyone as climate change. We're not here to debate whether it's man-made or not. That's not what this channel is about. The reason it was in our video last night is because it's directly connected to the fact that there was a fire. Now, if you fired those same fireworks into a forest in the UK, you will not get a forest fire, because the forest is not dry from months of excessive heat with no rain. Now, anybody who has done any fire training, obviously in the yachting, we do a lot of fire training. They will tell you about the fire triangle. The fire triangle or combustion triangle is a simple model for understanding the necessary ingredients for creating a fire. Oxygen, heat, and fuel are what makes up the fire triangle. You take any one of those away and you will not have a fire, or if there is a fire and you take one of those away, the fire will be extinguished. Now, extremely dry forest plus oxygen, and then the fireworks added the heat required to start that fire. Once started, the dry forest was all the fuel it needed to continue to burn. That's why we mentioned climate change, and that's why we mentioned the fact that it's so hot in Greece. Also, the fact that the arson laws have been increased, which we mentioned in the video also. All right, we'll move on. I'm sure the comments will be interesting on that last one. But we'll move on to our next story. A large luxury yacht has run aground in Spain on Sunday night. 2 occupants of the large yacht have been unharmed after their vessel grounded on some dunes in an area in Spain. I'll put the name on the screen. I've forgotten the name right now. According to the Maritime Rescue, the incident took place Saturday night, After another boat raised the alarm about the incident, the Maritime Rescue mobilized one of its boats and a helicopter to check if injuries had been recorded. Another vessel was able to approach and verify that the occupants were fine, although the yacht was completely stuck on that sand dune. The people on board declined to be assisted, saying they had contacted a private company to recover the boat. And the Civil Guard is now in charge of investigating the event. And that boat must have been moving at quite some speed when the person driving it ran out of talons, right? I mean, look how far up that sand dune it is. Obviously, it happened at night time when they couldn't see it. But, you know, it would appear from where they ended up that they were completely unaware the land was dead ahead. One look at a chart would have alerted them as to the impending accident. Anyway, guys, we'll keep you updated when we have more on that story also. Now, we've got loads of extra footage and behind the scenes footage on our Patreon page. So if you want to see that and support the channel, please check it out at patreon.com/esysman. Now, if you've got any information for us about any of the stories here or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can do so by getting us in the email address in the ticker. You can get us on the About page of the YouTube channel. You can get us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter, and on Threema. Please be sure to hit the like button, share the video with people you think that might like this video, and hit the subscribe button and the bell for future notifications. Here is the second boat of particular interest to me today, and we talked about this boat a lot in recent videos. If the name is not familiar to you, Motor Yacht, My Legacy. No, not ringing.